Hi everyone, this is Tanya here with the Memory Lane Keepsakes, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope everyone is having a pleasant day. This is my Sweet Treats collab for the month of June. So welcome, and this is your first time visiting me. I hope you choose to stick around by hitting that subscription button, as well as joining all my other collaborators that you will find in the description box down below. Their names and their channels will be listed. You don't want to miss what we have in store for you for this month of June. So let's go ahead and get started. So as you guys know, I am the host of the Sweet Treats collab for the year for 2018. And what I do is I pretty much give everybody a theme per month, and what they have to do, however they choose to use that theme that I give them, they have to incorporate sweet treats in some form or fashion within their project that they create. Now it's up to you or up to them on how they choose or what they choose to create. It can be a card, a box, I mean pretty much anything that you can think of. The only thing I require for this collab is for you to incorporate those sweet treats some kind of way in your project. And sweet treats could be anything, not so much just cupcakes and ice cream, but it can also be even vegetables. Some vegetables are sweet. So just keep that in mind when you are creating. And if you are doing it outside of my channel, I would love to see what you guys have been doing and how you've been inspired to be a part of my Sweet Treats collab. So let's go ahead and get started. So this month I chose to do is all about summertime. That's the theme that I chose, and that's what I gave to the ladies. So with that being said, I'm going to show you some of the different supplies that I chose to use to create my project. This project actually took me a few days to do because of the different medias that I used. So one of the first things that I used on this project, one of the supplies was this sticker set right here. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and move the camera down so you guys can see some of the different things that I use. So this is one of the sticker sets right here that I use, and as you see, it has a lot of different food items on there. I thought that would be easier because I put in a lot of work on this project. It took me a few days to design this piece that I'm going to share with you. So this is by Stickabilities, and this is the Paper Studio collection, and this was actually half off, which was a really good deal, so I got that. And I also used my Bo Bunny stamp set that I actually got from one of my Tuesday morning hauls. So this is one of the stamp sets that I use in this project. I used the castle as well as the summer at the beach. That's the two of the things or the stamps that I use off of this here. And then I want to use this one here. This one was a lot of fun. Sorry for the glare. This one is a beautiful stamp piece. It says, what a splash. This is one of the ones I was on a hunt for. Some of us was fortunate to find it. If you have, I would love to hear from you how you have created different pieces. Please share down below in the comments. And if you haven't, what would you do with this piece if you did have it? So this was a beautiful stamp set that I could not wait to definitely use. So I used that one. And then I chose to use this Prima doll right here. I had a hard time deciding on my Prima dolls because I had so many different ones that I wanted to use. But I chose this one because she was sitting down, so I thought that just made more sense since the way I created my scene and everything. And so this is the different stamps that I use for my piece. And then something else that I actually use. I use this right here. This right here, if you don't know what this is, by Faber-Castell. This is a gelato. A gelato looks like a lip gloss, and I'll take this off. It comes in a range of different colors, and this one right here is actually, I want to say, let's see if it has the name on there. I'm not seeing the name on it. It might be on the package, and I don't have the package out at this time, but this is what it looks like. It looks like lip gloss in a tube, or it looks like a crayon too, exactly. But basically what a gelato is it allows you to basically be able to change the color of different things. You can also use it to create, you can use it in your mixed media projects. It's a really awesome thing. So I just used a little bit, I sliced some of it off to mix in some of the different medias that I use. And I'm going to share with you and show you how I used it. But that's what a gelato is to me. But if you guys have used gelatos or have you heard about it, let me know also in the comments. But I think they're a lot of fun to play with. It's something I want to pull out because I have these in my collection and I haven't been using them. So I thought this would be a good way to use some of the different tools that I have that I've invested in. If you're feeling that same way about some of your supplies, I hope you are inspired to pull out some of those different things in your collection and go ahead and start creating, because it's a waste to buy things things and you don't use it. So I decided to go ahead and use my gelato. So that's how I used it. And so I'm gonna move on to this one before I get to that one. I finally decided to go ahead and use my Nouveau embellishment mousse. This stuff right here is awesome. Matter of fact, this one right here was a gift. This is the cornflour. That's the name of this one here. And on the back, it tells you basically the amount that you have here and how to apply it. It's basically saying you can either use your finger, you can use a spatula, or you can use a soft cloth. It will dry out on you, so you need to be really careful about how keeping that foil still on there. I just learned that from a crafty friend. She shared that with me, that a few of hers had dried out. So I'm not happy to hear that, because this stuff is kind of pricey. So you got to be really careful on how you pretty much keep your supplies. So make sure you keep the little foil that's on inside, because it comes with a foil piece on side. And I've already took mine off. I didn't know that at the time. So what I'm going to do is basically take foil and close this up in there. Okay, next up, I have this Brie Reese that I've also shared in a Hobby Lobby haul with you guys that I actually got for a great deal. This right here is awesome. I love this modeling paste. This modeling paste is godsend. I'm telling you, I love it, love it, love it. I've been having so much fun playing with this. And then we have this one right here that I did not show in the haul, but I actually got this one from Hobby Lobby as well. This one right here, I didn't pay a lot for it, but this one here is the cement. By Faber-Castell as well. So it's by the same company as the gelatos. But here's my thing. I used the whole jar. I was kind of disappointed, and I want to share this with you guys. This right here was already pretty much dried out. And as you see, you're going to see the container pretty much empty. I left a little bit in there so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And that's just a layer on top there. Look at this. So it was kind of already dried out. So I had to add water to it to activate this stuff. And I don't think that's what you're supposed to do. It's already supposed to have a little texture to it. So I was highly disappointed when I opened up this little jar. Had I paid what the regular price was for this, I would have been really upset. So I just want to share that with you guys. If you do have this, make sure you go ahead and open up your bottle or your little jar and go ahead and use it and put it to use to make sure that yours isn't dried out. Because if you got it for clearance, chances are this one right here was not a good purchase. So it probably was when it first came out, but it kind of dried out a little bit. But I was still able to make it work by adding a little water to it. But just keep that in mind. I just want to share that with you guys. Alright, so now for my project, I'm going to move this out the way so I can share with you guys what I have created. Alright, so what I created was this piece right here. And what I'm going to do is set it up here so I can talk to you guys about this piece that I created. And I'm going to move the camera back up here. So this is the piece that I designed. And I started off by doing the clouds at first. And I had a ton of fun doing those. I basically used my cloud stencil that I shared in other videos that I purchased from My Favorite Things. And I basically used my Distress Oxide inks to get that effect at the top. Got a little carried away with the sun, but it still worked out. It's all good because your art is basically what you make it. And so what I did here is I took the sun, and then I also had a different ray of sunshine coming across the border background of the sea or the ocean. And then I wanted to create a scene. I have fun creating scenes. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun too. So I decided to use those different stamps that I shared with you by creating a scene right here. And as you see, these images right here, I fussy cut all of them out, and I used my Spectre Noir. But the background was used by Distress Oxide inks. As you see, I have summer at the beach because the theme for this month was it's all about summer. As well as my ocean, I used that Nouveau mousse that I showed you. Love it. And then I also used the Brie Reese modeling paste for the ocean at the front, coming to the surface here. You know how like the water pushes out? I just love the way that looks. And then at the bottom is where I used that different texture, the cement texture. And I use the gelato by coloring the cement to get it the same color that I wanted it to be. But to get the sand background, I did use Distress Oxides to get that effect as well. Because you know how when you come out the ocean, it's pretty much pretty light. The surface is pretty smooth from the sand part. And then you get to the areas where it's pretty much back, you know, at its regular state. So this is pretty much what I did here. And to create my Prima doll, I basically just fussy cut her out, and I cut out her outfit here. And then I went ahead and put her on a blanket while she's watching the kids play. Pretty much she has some onion rings here. She has a cheeseburger, a cupcake to get into later, and then she has a soda pop. So these are the different things that I have going on in my scene here. And the kids have built the sandcastle, and then we have one coming out the ocean. So that's pretty much a good day at the beach, because when I think of summer, that's what I think of. I miss those days at the beach with my dad and my mom and my sister when I was younger. And I know we can still go back again, but it's memories like that you will hold on to. So now I can do it with my kids and my husband. And I'm excited to share this piece with you guys. So this is my piece for my Sweet Treats collab for the month of June. I hope you guys like this piece. I had a lot of fun designing this. And let me know how you enjoyed my piece this month. And don't forget to check out my other Sweet Treats collaborators and participants at the bottom in the description box. You guys are so awesome. And thank you guys so much for joining me today. This is Tanya here with the Memory Lane Keepsakes. You guys continue to be blessed and happy crafting.